Hi Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make my May thank you notes. Aren't they cute? I designed these thank you notes to make the smaller version of this card, and I made a video on this card back when we did the Hawaiian blog hop, and that's what it looks like from the side. But I love this card, so when I made this video I thought, oh my gosh, I can make my May thank you notes for my customers just on a smaller scale. But today I'm going to do something slightly different with you. When I'm making my thank you notes, I'm going to make a group of cards with you to show you a much faster way if you're mass producing, because I make hundreds of thank you notes a month for my customers, and when I'm mass producing them I need a quick way to put them together. And this card actually has a lot of scoring on it. So we're just going to go ahead and do one whole sheet of cardstock and make like 4 cards in today's video. So we're using the Tempting Turquoise, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, and then the Pumpkin Pie. We're going to make the Tempting Turquoise one today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm using 2 pieces of the Tempting Turquoise, and these are 8.5 by 11. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to score the whole piece of the 8.5 by 11. So first we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch, and I'm using this border here. It's just easier to score at the 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to score this at 1.5, 3 1/4, and then 4 1/4. Okay, so before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and fold this score line over. And I'm going to run sticky strip along this edge. And this is the biggest time saver for making these cards, for me anyway, when I apply this sticky strip to this whole sheet right along this edge. Because once I cut these into the smaller size, I don't have to do each piece individually every time I add the sticky strip. Okay, so now we got our scored piece of 8.5 by 11. Now we're going to cut this into the size of the cards, which are 2 3/4 by 8.5. Okay, so you get 4 cards, and seriously, that's it. That's the base of the card. So you already have your sticky strip already added, and then you would just go ahead and fold your score lines. Okay, so we already have 4 bases of the thank you notes done. Now we're going to cut the extra panel, and this piece is the 8.5 by 11, and this time we're going to cut it at 4 1/4, because that's the size of the piece that we're adding to the front. Let me show you here. This is the piece right here. This little section right here. It's 4 1/4 inches long. So you're going to actually get 2 pieces here. Okay, so now we're going to score this also at a 1/2 inch along the edge. I'm going to flip it, and then you're going to score this at 1.5. And just like before, I'm going to go ahead and fold the score line and add some sticky strip to save some time. Now these sections are cut at 2 inches, so I'm going to run the sticky strip to about 1 inch off of the end, because I won't need that part, because since it's 11 inches, I'm only going to be able to cut 5 of the 2 inch. Okay, so then this is going to be cut at 2 inches wide. Let me make sure I get it at the right side here. 2 inches. Okay, so then this is the extra that's left over. Now I could have went ahead and added the sticky strip along this edge. Actually, it would be this edge here. It's a lot more time consuming when you add the sticky strip on each individual piece. So I should have added the sticky strip on the cardstock before I cut it, like I did the 1/2 inch side. Okay, so let me go ahead and do these real quick. Okay, so I got 4 done. So this is the score lines that we did, the 1/2 inch and the 1.5, and then we got sticky strip here and here, and then we did it on all 4 pieces. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp. Okay, so the stamp set we're using is called Lovely Amazing You. Can't Thank You Enough is the stamp we're using. I'm going to use the Memento ink, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp 4 of these out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and punch out with the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Okay, so then the extra piece of the Tempting Turquoise that we had left over from the 4 1/4 inch piece for the little panels, we're going to punch out 4 of the 2 3/8 scallop circle punch. And then we're also going to use the Petite Petal Punch, and we're going to punch out, I guess, 8 of the flowers, 'cause each card's going to hold 2 flowers. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pop up the dimensionals. Let me just cut these little dimensionals here, and we're going to pop these up on the flowers. So I'm going to fast forward this section. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and add the greeting to the scallops. Okay, so we have our flowers ready. I'm just going to go ahead and peel off the backings. Okay, so all those are ready. All right, so now back to our cards. So I went ahead already and cut out the designer paper. Let me give you the measurements. This piece is cut at 1 3/4 by 2.5, and I cut out 4. And then this piece of designer paper is cut at 2.5 by 4, and I need 4 of those. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on the cards. Okay, so now it's time to put our cards together. So we're just going to go ahead and peel off this. I'm going to fold it on the 1.5 inch score line, and then you're going to fold it in half and then just apply that to the back side of the card. So that's going to make your pop-up. Peel off the sticky strip on the little front 2-inch panel, and then also the back side. I could have used snail, but this card is so cute, and by the time it reaches my customers in the mail, I want it to be intact. So I just decided to use the sticky strip. And then just fold it. So then your card is going to pop up like that. Cute. So let me go ahead and do the rest. Okay, so those 4 cards are done now. So now we're just going to go ahead and decorate them. So I'm going to use the Petite Petal Punch and add 2 flowers, one in the corner and then one on the panel. And then I'm going to take the greeting, I'm just going to put adhesive on that and stick that on the front. So then when it mails flat, cute, and then they open it and it sits up. So super cute! So let me go ahead and decorate these. Okay, so then the final step, we're just going to add some basic rhinestones. So I'm just going to add a rhinestone to each of the flowers. And once you make this card, you'll see that adding the sticky strip before you cut it is going to speed up the process, especially if you're making multiples. So let me just go ahead and give you the measurements one more time if you want to make just one card. So the base card, the Tempting Turquoise, this was cut at 2 3/4 by 8 1/2. So then your front panel is cut at 2 by 4 1/4. Okay, so there's the Tempting Turquoise ones. Here's another one. There's the Pumpkin Pie, Melon Mambo, and then the Daffodil Delight. And then I went ahead already and got started making extras for my customers. Okay, so that's it. Now this card was inspired all from this one card. I love it. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye.